Hey guys, Sean Fury here with Sean Fury's Hero Training School, continuing our hero training video series, talking about the saboteur or the competitive rival who has grown up from the scapegoat role that they used to be in, right? They're still stuck in it though. And so they are having a little sibling rivalry issue with you. This is because they're in a character relapse, which has been brought on by stress or a crisis in their life. It could be as simple as being hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, as you might have heard before that HALT acronym. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. These things can trigger a character relapse. Also, being scared or afraid, being rejected can trigger that. Being failing at something can trigger that. Being punished can trigger that for the minion. And so being excluded from the group can trigger that for this saboteur or the competitive rival, because that's what they were happening to them when they were a kid. They were being pushed out and treated as if they didn't belong. So, how can you help them during this time of character relapse to move through that? Well, you can make damn sure that you do not send them a message that says that they aren't good enough. If you say, I talked to my coworkers about you and how weird you're acting, that's saying that they're not good enough. If you say, why do you keep acting like a F up? If you want me to like you, just stop effing up all the time. That's saying you're not good enough. Even if they are effing up all the time, you still can't say it. Because if you say it, they interpret that as, I'm not good enough, I don't have credibility, he does, now I need to destroy him. So, because we need to be on an equal playing field, right? So instead of doing that, just build them up and avoid this whole character relapse thing by just really building up their self-esteem and their inclusion. You want to be around them because they're beautiful, they're smart, they're just so damn good at their job, you can't believe it. Wow, you did a great job here, you did a great job there, you're so good at this. Did you guys notice how cool she is and how wonderful she is and how great he is and what they did? Uh, Anytime you're talking about this person like the Malfoy in that way, they're gonna eat it right up. They're gonna feel really good. They need to hear that. So do that to help them to get out of this saboteur status, right? Temporary relapse. The politician now, on the other hand, they're stuck in concealment of problems. They don't want to, because they don't want to have a negative approval rating from the public. They value their self-image more than they value the substance of having good character and of living in a healthy and functional place. So this is their faulty belief, their cognitive distortion that they can somehow have a good life without having to be vulnerable and open to the same risk that the hero is taking, right? So what they really want to have happen all the time is to always look perfect. Like, don't ever point out their flaws, right? Don't ever make them feel like they did something wrong because they're gonna want to destroy you. So as long as you're making them look good as much as possible, or just staying out of their way, you're going to be good to go. However, the minute you start going to them, if they're like in a supervisory role with you at your job, and you want to tell them about how you're being sabotaged by the Malfoys in your workplace, they're guess what their response is going to be? They're just going to blow you off, or they're going to blame you, or minimize what you're saying so that they don't have to deal with it. Or they're going to confront the other guy in a way that's non-confrontational, like they're not actually confronting the problem. They might say, well, Sean, they said that they had a misunderstanding, so why don't you just let it go? And Sean's going to say, well, because it wasn't a misunderstanding. They said they did it on purpose. That's not a misunderstanding. So they're just going to say, well, I think you're getting too personal, Sean. You're taking this too emotionally, Sean. And so you don't want to have to keep, being adversely affected by that. So save yourself the trouble and don't go to that person to solve your problems. If you're dealing with that in a workplace, just find another job because they're not going to fix the problem and you're going to continue to be destructively impacted by that problem so long as you continue to choose flourishing life and excellence in life and at work, right? So try to avoid this character relapse in others by not triggering them into that. But if they get in it on their own with someone else somehow and it affects you, one of the ways you can get out of it is by doing those things that I just talked about, right? So that's it for this video.